to the one Godzilla incarnation with the most crappiest claims ever, to the god of speed himself. Who would win between these two characters if they met each other? Okay, alright, now let's start with Ultima. You know what? Here's a disclaimer. Um, because of calling him Powerhouse, I really don't want to use the fake information, but for this episode of Filmmaker Matchups, we're gonna use the fake info. Because why not? Because I don't want the Ultima fanboys to attack me. Alright, so they described him as a singular point. To get an idea what a singular point is, here's a video I found and a clip of it.
Godzilla Ultima was very well described to be a singular point. And yes, I do know that's confusing. I will tell you what a singular point is. These are singular points. What do? A singular point of an algebraic curve is the point where a curve has a nasty behavior, such as a cusp or a point of self-intersection when the underlying field overlaps with all dimensional matrices of orthogonal diagonalization.
Basically, what he was trying to say is that Ultima is like, what, 13D? Yeah, because he did say something about the singular point, meaning that it makes Ultima 13-dimensional. What the freak? As well as being a shadow, as you can hear the next part of the video, where he talks about where you cannot interact Ultima, but you can touch him, but you cannot damage him because he's a shadow.
And the way that works, you also have to be all D to even touch Godzilla Ultima, meaning you have to be hyperversal. For example, me, a 3-dimensional object, cannot interact with my shadow, which is a 2-dimensional object. I can sure as hell touch my shadow because it's casted on a 3-dimensional object, which the version of Godzilla Ultima we're seeing is this 3D object, which we can touch but we cannot interact with him.
What is this video? I wish I could say more for Ultima. I mean, his weapons are tail and teeth and legs, but that's really all. I really don't want to go any further. Let's just move on to Savitar. Savitar. Is there anyone else not more good than Savitar? Probably not, because Savitar has the best role of the entire series. For good reasons. So, if you guys don't know who he is, this version of Savitar that you're seeing is from the CW's The Flash, to where he is in fact referred to himself, as you'll know, the god of speed. Now, here's what his abilities are. Alright, now this is what his abilities are. He's at superhuman physical characteristics, superhuman speed, enhanced senses, large size, air manipulation, impenetrability, electrical manipulation, telepathy, time travel, regeneration, dimensional travel, possession, aftermath, creation, duplication, and so much others that I feel too lazy to record. But yeah, these are all his abilities. Now, I know that those abilities doesn't sound like it's an impressive feat at first. That is until you start looking at the time travel parts. Here, a time travel is the ability to travel to different points in the past or future. While not directly damaging, time travel can be used to defeat one's opponents, while they are weaker or more vulnerable. Alternatively, some users can exploit paradoxes, such as the grandfather paradox, to erase foes from existence. I'm sorry. What? So you're telling me that Savitar's time travel can exploit opponent's weaknesses? So you're telling me that the time travel itself, that such opponents have, can convert opponents into their weakest state, their weakest form, or as a kid? What? Then I believe that time travel could do such thing. Man, Savitar is just OP. One of the what else is OP? Is this. So, his dimensional travel that he has is the ability to move through alternate universes or dimensions, crossing across different planes of existence of each other, far off locations. This is rarely an ability on its own, often being achieved through other means such as teleportation, used to teleport into other universes, and portal creation, used to open doorways into universes. So, seeing that with all that implied, this puts his attack potency, and his durability, and his abilities, and more, at a high, complex, multiversal level scale. High, complex, multiversal. Yep, no, I'm sorry, Mr. Guy in the video, but Ultima is not hyperversal, he's universal, at least according to the logic of this video. And considering that he went toe to toe with Flash, puts him on par with other speedsters like Zoom, Reverse Flash, and Black Flash. Freaking Black Flash! Now, okay, yeah, sure, Savitar gets absolutely obliterated by Black Flash, in case if they ever actually met, but considering that Barry Allen's Flash was able to go up against Black Flash, a zombified Zoom, who has this overpowered ability to kill any complex multiversal speedsters with just one touch, is impressive on its own. By the way, if you haven't really watched the series and you don't know who Black Flash is basically, at least in the CW series, is technically Zoom. However, after Zoom was defeated and a pair of ghost-like beings took him to another world, they basically turned him into a zombified slave, making him like a monster with red recolored textures, and that's what he looks like now. And considering the fact that Black Flash and Savitar went toe to toe with Barry Allen, who in fact travels to infinite multiverses, not multi-universes, and in the comics, he literally almost ripped apart the entire DC multiverse, along with Wally West and the others. And seeing that Black Flash is capable of touching speedsters and kill them with one touch, makes him high, complex, hyperversal. High, complex, hyperversal. What? Ultima is only universal / low hyperversal, at least the logic of this video, but Black Flash is like double the power level of Ultima. And like I said before, Savitar is on par with Black Flash and Barry Allen Flash. Even though I could talk so much about Savitar even further, I feel like that we need to wrap it up and discuss the final verdict. Because his weapons are blades, that's really it. But who would actually win between these two if they met? And the winner is Savitar, the rightful winner. The amount of brute force, raw power, dimensional travel, and time travel, and attack potency makes Savitar almost impossible to kill. Literally. Heck, Ultima won't be able to do anything to him, and Savitar wouldn't even bother trying touching him. He could just go back in time, convert Ultima into his weakest form, and kill him from there. And yep, because of that, Ultima is still CD level. Even if we use the logic of this video, yep, Savitar still wins. And hell, even if Ultima does manage to go in his true form, he'll just do exactly the same thing like Aoi mentioned earlier. Alright, well, that's basically it for Filmmaker matchup. I really hope you enjoyed this video today. Hope no Ultima fanboys come, for real. And yeah, that's basically it. Bye now.